levels which have multiple exits, which is a fair few of them. He'll be doing both exits. World 1 isn't too complicated, it's a lot of just hold right and jump. Starts to pick up a bit in the second level.
Yeah, definitely.
He wants to avoid the midway there because the first castle has a jump right at the start of it that's much easier if you're small Mario.
The second jump in that castle as well is faster as small Mario.
Yeah, so you want to stay small until the first castle. You can get 361 on the game timer there, but it's luck based. Mario's speed when he's running oscillates between different values, and so if you jump like on the right frame, you'll get 361. So this level's a fair bit harder than the first level. Some tight jumps on, especially on the box at the start, but that's not easy. And then running on the ground platforms, they move forward with you, and so they kind of push you forward a little bit. It doesn't save very much time, but it's enough to get a higher second on the game timer, so you can see when you're doing it well. Should get a 259 here. Yeah, easy.
259's free.
Yeah, it really is. You can kick the shell underneath your feet and bounce on it, and you don't have to land in the water there. It's a small time save, and it's pretty hard to pull off, but you might as well go for it.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 tenths of a second, so it's not a big deal if you miss it.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so Iggy's Castle is it's the first kind of tricky level, I would say. The first level where you can really start to save a bit of time. This jump under the Koopa here, and then the next one are all the ones that you want it to be small for. You kind of only just make it under the Koopas, and then you want to spend as little time as possible holding onto this cage, because you move slower while grabbing the cage. And then, yeah, just grab the midway there and get Big Mario.
Yeah, I'm grabbing Big Mario so I can get fire in this room, which I'll be using to kill a few bosses later in the run. This particular fire flower will be only used for Morton.
Yeah, you grab this flower for the boss in Castle 2, and then you grab another one later.
If you did not want to get into the lava.
There's a few different ways to get through.
Yeah, it's the fastest if you get it, but I missed the last hit.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get the timing right on the fireballs.
There's a safer strat where you like jump on him at one point. It's a bit easier. And after each castle we get a cutscene like this. You notice we're playing on the Japanese version. That's not because of these cutscenes. There's two things that are faster in Japanese. The save boxes after castles and ghost houses and stuff are all slightly faster on Japanese. And then also the saves after Switch Palace. The text after you get the Switch Palace, which is way faster.
After the Switch Palace, it's all just pauses for an extra 3 seconds on the English version of the game.
Alright, so here's the first cape. This is what makes Super Mario a lot faster. This is the most powerful power-up in the whole Mario series.
Step left.
So there will be a fair few levels that come down to flying over them, but it's much less than kind of the game gets credit for.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool technical stuff out with the cape outside of just flying over stuff.
Yeah. And yeah, he got the secret exit in that level. He'll come back a fair bit later in the run to get the normal exit. You kind of have to go through donut planes twice, and so you just split up the exits. To do it. This shell grab is cool. You grab a shell because you swim a lot faster than holding an item. And so by grabbing that shell, he can swim through this section quickly. It doesn't save very much time because you have to take the detour for the shell, but it is a time save if you do it right. And then yeah, you can switch the P-switch because you can't lose the P-switch So that fly up there is pretty tight. Slightly faster than Strats, but you need Cape for this exit. Nice.
Just barely landing on the corner there.
Yeah. That's the only exit in the game that you need a Cape for. And then he's gonna not go into top secret exit, top secret, because it doesn't count as an exit. And then head back down to donut secret 1 for the other exit.
Yeah, no matter how hard you try, you can't get an exit in top secret area.
It's quite useful for getting backup power-ups if you lose them, but other than that, don't need it.
So hopefully we won't be going in there.
Yeah. Same shell grab again. Just the second level is different in the secret exit. Swimming through those fish without like left riding is pretty fun.
That was good.
So the reason he's doing the route that he's doing, or at least a reason, is the boo rings in this level. There are, I think, 3 levels that have boo rings in them, and they are on like a global cycle. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's... might be taking a trip to top secret area depending on how this goes.
The boo rings are on like a global cycle that they all share, and so, well, not a global cycle, but the boo rings all share a cycle. And so, if you do this level at the start of the run before you do any other levels of boo rings, you'll know exactly where they're going to be every time. Obviously, because he messed up at the start, it's going to be unpredictable the next time he comes through, but you would get the same cycles every time. Is the easiest boss in the game, which is saying something considering how easy the boss is in this game. He can't hurt you. You can throw the block early so that it's already inside you when he gains ability and just
So I'm gonna go back just so I can get through these next few levels safely.
Yeah, Cape speeds a lot of things up, and it also makes a lot of things safer for a few reasons.
Yeah, there isn't a cape for quite a while if I don't go back for this one. So I really don't know where this boo ring's gonna be.
Yeah.
So this should be somewhat interesting. Oh, that's actually not...
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah, I could be waiting a lot longer than that. Oh, just hoping for P-speed.
That was surprisingly good overall.
Yeah, certainly could have ended up a lot worse.
We'll fly underneath the level to get underneath where the blocks are.
It's not necessary, but it scares people and it's fun.
It looks good. And then another benefit to this route is that this first enemy here, if you do, there's kind of a couple of different routes for planes, but most of the others do this level on the second visit through after beating special worlds. And once you beat special worlds, the numbers change and they move faster. And that one at the start of the race gets right in your way, and it means you have to do a different, slightly slower take if you've already beaten special worlds. Planes 3 has a pretty tight takeoff at the start. Gets it easy peasy. Something to talk about with flying is that there isn't just one speed that you can fly at. While he's cake pumping like this, his speed is, I'm not sure what the unit is, but the numbers range between 47 and 51.
Some pixels per frame.
Right. Yeah, so And so you want to try and adjust your flight speed by tapping right so that you're flying as fast as possible through these levels.
Yeah, I have the fastest flight speed through that stage.
Yeah, you control what speed you have by the game button at the end of the level, and you can also kind of judge it by how fast objects are moving through the screen. It's pretty hard to get good at judging flight speed. It's a skill that takes a lot of practice. And then we grab Yoshi here to do some tricks in Vanilla.
Yeah, Yoshi, in general, Yoshi is slower for movement because you can't, for the most part, can't normal fly while riding him. But having him is the things you can do with him more than pay.
Yeah, you lose a tiny bit of time movement and then save like a minute with glitches. So building up speed at the start there is pretty tricky. There's not very much room to work with, and then this room is really, really cool if it goes well. Flying vertically like this is not trivial. You need to kind of swing outwards in particular ways to keep your speed. And then you can't fly there, you don't have to, but it doesn't really take time and is easier if you stop flying there. And then use the spring. You switch to fire here to two fireballs and
I think it's 12 fireballs.
two fireballs and
So the next level of this run, Vanilla Dome 1, and I guess Vanilla Dome 2, the secret exit, which is immediately afterwards, we'll be seeing why I got that Yoshi. It's quite interesting, really, things you can do with him.
So, in the normal exit for Vanilla Dome 1, there's an item in the game called Yoshi Wings. If you have Yoshi and you pick up the Yoshi Wings, it takes you to a coin heaven, and then you can just end the level from there. There's a couple of places in the room where we'll be getting Yoshi Wings that are supposed to be there, but here we're going to get some that aren't supposed to be. By duplicating some blocks here using the Buzzy Beetle shell over the top of the dragon coin, then collecting the top half of the dragon coin.
If I can collect it.
Yeah, and you spawn an invisible key block for some reason, and the key block is the same object as the Yoshi Wings block. So if you then duplicate that to the side...
This dupe.
Oh no!
Let's just get the secret exit.
Yeah, okay. Key. So we'll try that again. He's just going to get the secret exit as a backup. Yeah. What he was trying to do was duplicate that key block to the side, and it would have spawned the Yoshi Wings block.
So that second dupe that I missed like 3 or 4 or 5 times, however many it was, you've got a 40% chance of missing it. It's essentially luck.
Yeah, it's like a 2-frame window to get the dupe, but then you also have a luck on top of that.
Yeah, so missing it like that, I really can't do much about that. Wow, please. This isn't my fault.
This game is the worst luck I've seen.
This game is just being mean to me. Okay, there we go.
So you just grab the wings and you take off and you skip the entire level. If you do that quickly, it saves a lot of time because VD1 is not a short level.
Unfortunately, it did not do it quickly.
Yeah, but still you have to show it off. And then we're going to use Yoshi again here. This one's a lot more obvious what's going on. You just remount him at the right spot as you remount him in the right place and you clip out of there. That's essentially what happens. And then you have to dismount him once you clip out because there's no water in the walls. And so you need to kind of float. You don't need to, but you need to float with the cape in order to make it to the water.
Yeah, so if this was the US version of the game, after the music finished playing there, you just waited an extra 3 seconds before blocks and moving on.
Yeah, it's very strange. So VD2 normal exit makes more use of swimming with items. Grab another buzzy beetle up here, and you want to try and keep it through the whole water section. And normally you wouldn't be able to do that because it would unfreeze, like it would uninstall itself. But by letting go of it and then re-spinning it, spinning it and re-grabbing it, you can reset its stun timer and continue to swim with it through the whole water section.
No sticky fly.
Yeah. If you get flight at the right time there, you kind of stick to the ceiling. It doesn't save time or anything, it's just safer and easier. But so this is the other level one of the other levels that has buildings. The point of this one is to do this level after the secret house in James Flames, so that this blue ring doesn't mess up your circles in that level. And then some cool abusive cape mechanics to grab the piece with. Yeah, nice. That's an item fly. If you grab an item while you're flying, you can continue to fly with it.
It's hard to pick up the item and then not land on the blocks because you lose flight if you land.
Yeah. So this level is crazy. It has these rafts that you're supposed to ride, and we're not going to do that. Like, who needs rafts? So this one's not too hard. You get speed on the raft, and was that a thirsty?
That was a thirsty.
Yeah. So if you jump on the first frame that you land, you don't keep your speed, and you just take off again.
Yeah, the flight was a bit weird there, and I guess I just tried flying too early. Oh, that's unfortunately that means I have to take the ride of shame.
Yeah. So the point was that he'd have flew around there and landed on the raft, and then being able to spin fly up through this whole section, land on one of the enemies, and not have to ride the raft at all. Thankfully, you can get his name back and still go for the second half, the Yoshi strats. So he's going to grab this Yoshi here. He's going to get the midway. I don't know if that was intentional. Yeah.
Really, but,
And then we are going to do this. Nice. Yeah, okay. That's hard. That is not an easy strat. If you dismount Yoshi while you're flying, like dismount against the ceiling, it puts you back in your normal flying animation while you're still on Yoshi. And with some very tight, precise flying there, you can get through the whole thing without even touching the raft at all.
So this level fairly straightforward. It's just a matter of flying right on Yoshi. This level would be faster without Yoshi, but I need him for cooking out and cheese preparing. He saves a significant amount of time because there are some developer-intended wings there that I can just grab to finish the level halfway through. And with any luck, that Yoshi will save me a little bit more time afterwards.
So spam and spin here, it stops Magic Hooper from spawning in front of you.
Yeah, it manipulates the camera slightly, spinning the cape like that. And Magic Hooper spawns the camera. And this room here, unfortunately, it's one of those. It's a room with the moving ground and stuff, or moving ceilings. And it's all cycle based, but the cycles are just not made for going fast. You have to wait around in several places.
There's like one place where you can skip a cycle coming up just here.
Yeah, right here. If you just run like that and float.
Yeah. But other than that, you just gotta wait for everything.
Yeah. In theory, there is a cycle that we can skip right at the start, but you need to basically start the room flying, and then you need to start the room flying, and then you sort of get sandwiched in between the floor and the ceiling, and have to press like alternate A and B every frame. So it's task only, really. So this is going to be our last castle cutscene for the next half hour or so.
Yeah. So we've got a $9.09 donation from F4, who says that 50 cents at the end of the donation total annoys me, making it end in 0. Thank you very much.
Okay, I've got to focus for this.
Yeah, hardest level in the room. The saw blades are set up in such a way that you just bounce on them without having to do anything. And then this is cool. There will hopefully be one of those later in the run that you will actually get. It's much easier.
I was attempting a hard setup for that.
It's just a glitch to skip the entire song really. Hopefully see it. Otherwise it's just a normal flyover level. And then the game takes us up to Castle 4 here, but we're not going to do it yet. We have to come through here later on the top bridge, so we just do it then and head down into Forest. But for now, we are going to head on head down towards Starworld. Yeah, so just the usual, try to gauge your flight speed from how fast objects are moving across the screen. It's very slight differences though, so it's not easy to do. And then flying under that goal to get to the secret exit.
Which is definitely more difficult, but
getting through this line of fish here I find really tricky. And then a very small left-right here to make the three torpedo tanks go to the left instead of to the right. Just makes it easier to get into that fight.
Did we fall in the hole?
Yeah. Reminded a whole day there. Whole jump.
Okay, coming up here is the hardest exit in the game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some real...
Get hype for this one.
got it. So the thing about that exit, it may look ridiculously easy, but there is a 1 in 512 chance that the goalpost at the end will despawn. Better than my PB.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a break from flying over levels and fly under one. Just a nice change of pace. You wanna fly under those Coopers there and then under these red blocks. And then if you hit left at the right point in your like game animation, you'll gain height. And there's a few places where you need to do that pretty efficiently to get over some obstacles. That one's not too difficult, but the secret exit is a bit harder.
Yeah, definitely. You have to gain height fairly quickly after the line of red Coopers. Oh, there's fast fly. It does So, Star Wars 5 will be back to flying over, well, just this one exit.
Yeah, it's very easy to accidentally land on the roof here, though. You fly over a line of blocks on the top of the screen, and you can't see where you are, and if you don't stop when you're flying, you'll land on the roof and run across. Yeah, you can see it slide down there. It's accidentally landed on the blocks.
Yeah, didn't quite get the cape timing right.
So Star Wars 1 is really interesting because of the zips that you can perform on these turn blocks. You can only have, I think, 4 turn blocks spinning at once. And so if you just break one, or instead of spinning, and then kind of move diagonally into them, you can just get pushed down like one turn block. It's kind of tough to explain, but it's because of the fact you can only have a certain number of turn blocks spinning at once. Nice one.
That's not particularly fast, 56.
Probably beats your PB though, right?
Ties. That's how bad it is. Hopefully I can do better on the wall exit.
Yeah, secret exit has the same, the first couple of zips the same, but then just stops because you get the key. So it's less possible time to be lost, I guess.
Oh. Well, at least I got that one this time. So I tied my PB for zips.
You got to be really careful with those zips as well, because if you zip downwards too far, you go off the bottom of the screen and the game just kills you. It thinks you fell into a pit. So you need to be careful with those. And then another case of grabbing an item to swim faster. This case it's Baby Yoshi. I'm gonna get the secret exit first here, just it saves time on overworld movement because we need to get the need to head back to Star Wars 5 with this Yoshi. Not this one, but the one we get in the normal exit.
Technically, it would be faster to change up the order of the Star Wars 1 exits and then get Yoshi in Star Wars 5, but that's pretty hard. Give me a second.
Yellow Yoshi strats are really cool. Yeah, so he has a flower in his inventory, and there's a mechanic where if you feed power up to Baby Yoshi, he grows into Adult Yoshi. And so he's going to use this firepower at the end of the level to grow up this Yoshi, and having a blue Yoshi for special is extremely useful.
Yeah, so normally, if I didn't have the power up there, I'd have to feed 5 enemies to Yoshi, and I wouldn't be able to do it in that last room. carry Yoshi while I swim, and it would just be
Yeah.
a whole heap slower.
Yeah, swimming with adult Yoshi is the same speed as swimming with no item at all. So Blue Yoshi's gimmick is that like, if he has any shell in his mouth, you get wings like this. So you can just fly through levels. You don't have to worry about fast fly with Blue Yoshi, because he always flies at the same speed.
Well, if you hold it right, it always flies at the same speed. There are some points where I'll release right to try and lock his speed at a good level. But it's really just luck whether I get a good speed or I get the slowest speed.
So here we're going to do another wing duplication like in Vanilla Dome. This one's a bit more straightforward, but you have to do multiple dupes. He's trying to do this first block as many times as possible, and he got quad. Yeah, that happened too fast. So you dupe a block upwards, and then you dupe that block upwards, and it covers the bottom of the dragon coin. You collect the dragon coin, and the invisible blocks spawn. You hit it, you get the wings. Another set of wings here. I'm not going to pretend to understand why this one works.
That one you're duping a P-balloon block to the left, but the P-switch gets wedged in such a way that it creates basically a wings factory. It just keeps making tons of wings.
It's really precise to get that P-switch in the wall without accidentally hitting the P-balloon block as well. You have to bounce in the right way. And then the third set of wings in a row. This one's developer intended. You're supposed to get this one. It just cuts out the second half of the level. Because he fed his flower to maybe Yoshi and someone too, he's going to need to get another one to kill some bosses later in the run. And the best one to get is in this video. The grab actually looks really cool. Yeah, so it's just got a shell there on the ground. If you spit out your shell and re-grab it, you can grab the flower like that. And if you switch power-ups while Mario's like slightly off screen, you skip the animation where Mario like freezes when you get a power-up. So just a tiny optimization. And then this is the other level that I mentioned earlier. Try and do a cool glitch. Alright, so that's Groovy Boss Kill. You do a whole bunch of stuff, and you spawn the boss in the level, and then you kill it with fireballs, and it ends the level. That's about all I can explain about it. There's a whole bunch of technical details. Stephen was trying to explain it to me earlier, but I'm not going to try and do that on the stream.
Yeah, it's a combination of, I think, 3 or 4 different glitches.
Yeah. But essentially, you spawn one of the bosses, like in the castles, the Morton or Lloyd or whatever. And you just bring it down with fireballs, and you beat the boss.
Yeah, interestingly, that boss is faster to kill with fireballs than it is with 2 fireballs instead. For some reason, the fanfare at the end just finishes way faster.
Oh, I didn't know that.
In fact, the current task in 96 kills it with 2 fireballs instead, all for all the boss kills, which that's one of the places where that can save a huge amount of time.
Alright, so he ditched Yoshi in Mondo just to save the PSP. Outrageous is not apparently in. It's one of the hardest levels in the game if you don't locate. In locate, there's another category, 95x locate, where you basically get all the exits you can get with locate. And this is one of the hardest levels in that category, but thankfully we can fly over the top. Easiest level in Special World.
Yeah, closely followed by Funky, which is coming up next. Yeah, that's about
get caught on these pipes, but even then, it's not too bad to get pipes like that. An interesting thing about this level that I didn't know yesterday is that every flight speed gives you a different in-game time for this level, so you can tell exactly what flight speed you had at the end of the level. Stephen is super player.
That's a quirk of the Japanese version of the game. In the English releases, they added an A in the middle of it, which just doesn't have the same ring to it, really.
They didn't make the level any longer, did they? They just Alright, so after you beat Special World, you get taken back to Yoki's house, which is convenient because you got these levels that we skipped in Yoki's Island 1 and the Yellow Face Palace, and both of them are slightly faster with Kate. Or at least this one's faster with Kate, I guess. The Switch Palace.
Switch Palace is faster with Kate if I do it right.
Yeah, if you pull off the pipe.
Yeah, so that's I guess it's worth mentioning. If Mario flies just before entering the door or the pipe, you can keep that flight coming out of the door or the pipe, which I'll be trying to do here. Although it'll be hard to maintain flight because there's a narrow corridor in the center room of the Switch Palace.
Yeah. Nice jump. So if you jump on the same frame that you hit the switch, you jump off it. It's known as a jump. Pretty high. What are we, 1 for 2 so far?
Yeah, 1 for 2.
Yeah, there's 4 possible, and if you miss all of them, the run's invalid.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is what I mentioned earlier about having to come through World 2 twice, so he's just going to clean out the rest of the exits. He's already got the secret exit here, and so this one's just going to be flying through the middle to the normal exit.
One thing you'll notice is, you might have seen that pumpkin that was probably like a pumpkin. Once you beat Special World, some of the enemy pallets and stuff, or the overlay pallets and stuff, the sprites change.
Yeah, the Koopas end up having like Mario heads, so it's very strange. Yeah. And that does change their behaviour a bit as well. The post-Special World Koopas move faster. Mentioned that earlier, but it changes strats in a couple of places. So now we have a little bit of downtime during an auto-scroller.
Didn't get the buzzy cradle.
Yeah. There's a couple of auto-scrollers in this run. This is probably the least bad of them because you got like shells and stuff to mess around with. There's a strat at the end of it that saves a bunch of time, but it's an auto-scroller.
Only slow roll that.
Yeah.
And we have to do it twice.
Yes. There's a feather in that block there to the left, but he doesn't want to get it because he's got a firefly, and he wants to use that to do boss calls later. We will end up getting a second cape a fair bit later in the run after we've killed all those bosses. And then this is the strat I was talking about. You build up speed between these two sandbars, and then keep it through there. That's good, and then you can keep speed so you can spin fly into that pipe, and then keep your flight parallel to the pipe to get through that room a bit faster. Switch Palace fly, hopefully. And another jump, nice. 2 out of 3. Those are frame perfect. Saves no time.
Also loses no time.
Yeah, if you do it right. We got the green switch. We need to go through Donut Plains 2 again.
Yeah, this time we'll be getting the normal exit, which thankfully we can just go through that pipe that took us to the secret exit to get to the normal exit.
same strat as before. It is made slightly more difficult by the fact that there's a green block in the way now, but it shouldn't be a problem. This fight is slightly harder than the one with secret exit. You have to get through these blocks.
Pretty easy, really?
Yeah. Alright, done with auto-scrollers for a little while.
Like 5 minutes, really.
Yeah.
Don't worry, only 2 auto-scrollers left.
So yeah, we only got top secret exit from this level earlier, so we need to get the actual normal exit now. And cape just makes it. You can trivialize the door puzzles with the cape in some places. Yeah, doors are not large in this game. If you're running at full speed and you try and enter a door, it's a 3-frame window to hit up. So that's 3/60ths of a second.
Oh, and I already have this exit.
Yeah.
Because I messed up earlier in the realm.
Remember secret exit. So this is another vertical flight level. It's really cool. Secret exit is not too difficult. Normal exit has some really fun strats though.
Hopefully I can get
So he's going to try and grab this shell at the start while he flies up. Oh,
What?
That was interesting. Alright.
Alright, that's different.
So this is
Yeah.
the intended way to get up there. So what he would have done is grab the shell and use that shell to get himself through the line of Coopers there.
Yeah, just
But
messed up my movement a little bit, didn't keep team either.
nice duck flip. Yeah, if you duck on the same frame you take off, get that. And then unfortunately this kind of top bridge area up until Castle 4 is all pretty, it's a bunch of flyovers, it's a lot of level, scrollers, so it's not too much to it. So I guess it's a nice pause in the run if you're nervous or if you're
It's good, I can take a bit of a mental break from
Alternatively, you could swag out in front of everyone.
mess around in there a little bit, I suppose.
I guess the only interesting thing in this level is another difference between the English and the Japanese versions. These dolphins on the Japanese version, if you have Yoshi, you can eat dolphins, but you can't on the English version. It's a very strange localization difference. I guess they didn't want American kids eating dolphins. Alright, so this is the first fortress. There's 4 of these. This one's a water level. It's probably the least interesting of the fortresses, but
Yeah.
the water movement, there's some pretty tight water movement through here to swim between some spikes and some of these flyouts.
Yeah, one nice thing about this ability is it gives you a lot of vertical control over Mario when you're in water.
Yeah, if you just hold down while you're swimming, you won't really go up very high when you hit B, and so you can control your vertical position quite finely.
Yeah, I know going from between this and Super Mario Bros. This is so much easier when it comes to water sections.
kind of at the mercy of his fireball spawns, though. They are random.
Yeah, if you get a bad fireball, then the fight can become a whole lot more difficult.
Yeah, they have weird hitboxes as well. Sometimes you just jump straight through a fireball.
Yeah, it takes about a second after Reznor shoots the fireball before its hitbox actually becomes active.
Yeah. This is Butterbridge 1. Not really too much to say here. It's a long auto-scroller. Thankfully, there's one more auto-scroller, but that one's a bit shorter and has an interesting thing at the end of the level. But Butterbridge 1 is just long and...
It's Butterbridge 1.
yeah.
I have nothing favourable to say about this level.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, there's a little bit of swaggy stuff here you can do with shells and getting one-ups from jumping on enemies, but other than that, you're really just waiting for the scrolling.
Yeah.
If you lose your power-up here, there's a question mark bullet that has a cape in it. Otherwise... Nice. No conflict. Just about done.
Yeah, lost auto-scroller for a little while now.
Yep. The game is now action-packed for all.
Well, I mean, this next
Except for
level.
Butterbridge 2, yeah.
I hope you like flyovers.
Yeah. If you just try and take off at the start here, you'll run straight into the enemy, so you have to sprint into it, otherwise fly over. And then we get to an actual fun one, Castle 4.
Castle 4 is pretty cool.
Alright, we're done top bridge.
Yeah, now the run gets interesting again.
Yeah. Alright, so Ludwig's Castle is really fun. You get through this first room with some cool cape mechanics. Make use of a cape cancel coming up here. If you do a normal flight into like something that would damage you, it typically won't damage you, and it'll just cancel your flight instead. Use that to, it's not really a damage boost because you don't take damage, but kind of acts like one. And then you can, in that second room, you can either do what Stephen did and switch to fire, or you can fly through that room as well. They're about the same speed wise, different preferences.
What?
Oh my god.
Where was my speed? I got no height from that jump.
Doesn't matter too much, still with the fire kill. Yeah, so that boss is the main reason you want the fire flower. You lose 14 seconds if you have to stomp on him, because he has this long animation where he goes back and forth across the room if you stomp on him. So you really, really want to have fire there.
I was practicing that before the run, and I did not miss it.
I was literally saying, like, this doesn't seem worth it.
It actually is.
Alright, Forest of Illusion is pretty cool. The routing at the start here is kind of determined by Forest of Illusion 2 and the fact that you need Yoshi to go fast. And so I'm going to grab a Yoshi at the start of FOI 1 here.
You basically go into a dive bomb on Yoshi, and then you get back up to top speed faster.
And then he's going to go for another set of whips here. This one saves a very small amount of time, but if he gets it, it's still very much worth it. duped that block in the right way, he'd have got a wings block. It's scary because you have to float above the void to do it.
Yeah. And whether or not I get getting wings versus people in there is basically 60-40 luck.
Yeah. And then this is why we need Yoshi at the start of Forest Evolution 2. It's another out of bounds, similar to the one in Vanilla Dome 2. This one's a fair bit easier. Yeah, so just straight out of bounds. Because the spot where you clip is closer to the ceiling, it ends up being easier to get on the right spot. And then grab this block through the floor to swing fast. It'll run out in a second, but still very much worth getting.
Once you flip back in bounds.
Yeah.
Here's our last switch palace of the run.
Yep, last chance for you.
3 for 4. Probably not. But we'll find out.
Find out on the next episode. No, that's alright. 50-50 is not too bad.
50-50 on a frame perfect trick, I'll take it.
He got 2 out of 4. Alright, so back to FY1 for the other exit and to grab another Yoshi, which we'll use to get the other exit in FY2. Having special landing is important there because it makes that creep up a loop, which means you can fly. It doesn't really make a big difference for the strats that Stephen's doing, but there's other strats to make use of that Yoshi flight.
I'll try once.
There's a clip here. He has 2 capes, so he can go for the cool clip. No, not quite. Yeah, if you collect that cape in the right way, you clip through the ceiling and can just go straight to the door. But instead you can take a different shortcut where you just fly over this wall. You're supposed to go through a bunch of, I think, 2 extra rooms to make it disappear, but just one room. But you can just fly over the wall. And if you're going to miss an exit in a 96 exit run, it's probably going to be that one, because the path just takes you straight back to where you just were. It's easy to forget for new runners. And then, yeah, we got the option again, and so we can just do the same clip again for the normal exit.
Get kicked out of the Yoshi clip this one.
Yeah. Those clips are somewhat luck-based. There's a sub-pixel value that can determine whether you get through or not. There are some things you can do to manipulate your sub-pixel to give you the best chance of getting through, but you can never make it 100%, so there's always going to be a luck factor there.
Yeah, at best you will have a 1 in 4 chance of getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Which is better than if you have a bad sub-pixel, it can be 4 in 4 chance.
Are we done with water levels for now? I think we are.
You might be right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, ghost ship.
Oh yeah. I always forget Ghost Ship exists. An insignificant level. Alright, so you can take off before that first level. It saves 15 minutes.
No, it saves 10 minutes, and the second one saves an additional 20.
I see. Forest is kind of laid out like a maze, and so this exit's going to take us back to the ghost house that we were just in, from which we can head down the secret path. I mean, I guess it's the normal exit for ghost house. And this is essentially the same as the previous time we were here. Nice. So
Wait,
that's
which one? I go here. I wasn't expecting to get that.
so that's Forest Coast House Clip. That's so hard. It's a significant time save, though, if you get it.
Yeah, it would save more if I was expecting to get it. And
Yeah, if
then-
you knew which direction to go in.
Yeah, I was not prepared. That still did save time though, even with those movement mistakes. I was hoping to get fire from there, not the cape.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. I didn't even notice you got the wrong power up. I mean, it's a backup cape.
Yeah, I'll take a backup cape. Hopefully I won't be needing it, but
And then, yeah, for some reason this pipe that just is attached to some rocks takes you into the room with the secret exit. If you have motion sickness, you're fine now. For some reason the background just travels way faster on this level.
yeah, the background moving is triggered by the platform at the start when you run on it. So if you gain 5 and then just fly the level without touching that platform, the background will be still the whole way. But that's not fast, so we don't do it that way.
Yeah.
And coming up next is the last auto-scroller of the run.
Yeah, followed by, in my opinion, one of the most fun rooms in the game.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool room.
But you can cheese this auto-scroller by just flying in the corner like this.
Yeah, be careful. I mean, you could get crushed.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
So those crushes only hit you if you're standing on the ground. Flying or even just jumping, they won't hit you.
Yeah, which is interesting because if you stand under one of them and then you just alternate between jump and spin jump every frame, they will not damage you at all. Yeah, not exactly it's mess around. Okay, we are done with the last auto-scroller of the run.
Some more tank cancels to get through these saws.
Fireballs just in the way.
Sometimes you just get a really bad fireball and you can't use it until the way you want to. Well recovered.
Okay, I'm not gonna try grabbing fire this time.
Yeah.
It will only take 4 seconds.
You fly, but it's much more interesting. It takes a lot of practice to get good at. Nice. Cool, those dirty bubbles. So I'd say this is one of the levels where it's easiest to tell how fast you're flying, just because there's so many objects.
There are a lot of things you can use as good cues for that.
Yeah.
Alright, so Roy's Castle next.
Yeah, this level is scary, but looks really good when it's executed properly. can't even just like do like say, oh, I'll do 3 gate bumps and then dive bomb either, because what flight speed you have determines when you need to go down, and so you have to use some visual cues on the background.
Yeah.
And even then, it can be tricky to judge. So he's going to go for a pipeline this level. Some of the pipe, like the cannon pipes, shoot you out pretty fast. And if you can keep your flight meter going in, you get shot out and can fly. So the fastest normal speed is 51. He's currently flying at a speed of 64, which is quite a lot faster. If you can see stuff in the background, it's traveling very quickly. And then the first room here is terrifying. I hate it.
Nah, it's not that bad.
Flying over the ghost.
Yeah, you have to fly. So up here we've got Fishinboo, who is about to appear. And you have to fly above him. But there is also a pipe above the screen just here. You have to fly below.
Yeah, you need to really be able to control your flight altitude to get through there properly. And then here you use a cape cancel to get up there. And yeah, went for a good fly, but
Yeah, but it didn't have enough flight meter there.
Chocolate Island 2 is an interesting level. The secret exit isn't too complicated, you just go through as quickly as possible. But when we get to the normal exit, there'll be a bit more stuff to explain.
Doing like
That
a
was
normal flight.
interesting, yeah.
I meant to spin flight. That was my wrong button. Not a big deal, just loses a couple of seconds.
Also, if you're like traveling at speed and you jump without pressing pressing the D-pad, you'll keep the speed. And so, like, he used a neutral jump to get over there with the key, kept some of the flight speed. Chocolate Secret is long and kind of difficult. You can get speed in this room if you slide through these buzzy beetles.
Oh, apparently I didn't.
You can.
The P-speed eludes me.
Attention please. Could time Thompson please evacuate the exit area to meet Shannon and Harry? Thompson, please evacuate the exit to meet up Shannon and Amy. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Everything's fine.
Okay, we get. So the tricky thing about this section with the chucks is that whenever you pop with the cake, there's a noise, and that noise can get overridden by other sound effects like the chucks charging. And so if you use the audio cue of the cake pumping noise to like time your flight, it can really get thrown off in that section because it gets cut out by the chucks.
So I'm not going through that pipe there because that would take me to Wendy's Castle. And while I do want to beat Wendy's Castle, that I'll be doing after I get through the rest of Chocolate Island.
So this is CO2 normal exit.
Yeah, I'm just going to go slow for a while.
Yeah, this level is very strange. So the rooms you get depend on various things that you do in the level. This room, which room you get out of a few possible depends on how many coins you get in the first room. And so you got, I think it's 21 coins in the first room to get this one, which has a cape inside. You already had a backup cape. Normally you wouldn't, so it's just a free way to get a backup cape. And then this pipe, depending on the the game timer to go through that pipe to force himself to go normal exit. For the secret exit, you can just go as fast as possible. It's no big deal. We talked earlier in Star World about having to gain height with the cave. This is where it's the most scary. There's not very much room for this first pipe to get all the way to the top of the screen. And if you don't make it, you hit that pipe and it's a pain to get P-speed back. We have to do that twice.
Yeah, so coming up here is one of the, probably my favourite overall path and easily one of the most useful in the game.
Oh yeah. What would you do without CI3 normal?
I don't know. Most useful overworld path.
Yeah, again, having to get over the pipes. Same as last time.
The problem with that is if you miss one cape, you can just ruin your chances of getting up there.
There is a different way to do the start there that lets you take off from a higher platform, just to make it a tiny bit safer.
It's also a tiny bit slower.
Yeah, it loses frames. And yeah, you can just fly straight over that goal. The secret exit is behind it, and that normal exit goal is made very, very short intentionally.
I think the actual intention is to go under,
Yeah,
but you can't trigger it. You can't trigger it while you're off screen.
so this is one of the hardest rooms in the game, I would say, to get through without losing speed. Precisely flying. Oh, that's fine.
Back up.
Yeah. And then flying through these pencils is impossible.
What are you saying?
Yeah, I maintain it's impossible. And a little cape cancel, or not. You just, instead you'll just slide along the blocks and keep its flight meter to maintain flight through this room. It's a good place to get back.
Yeah, the game starts to get fairly dangerous with the backup capes.
Yeah.
At this point, especially if you have green ones.
So that was a really good Choco fort, like, except for getting the green block at the end, I think.
Yeah, lost them second maybe in the first
Yeah.
room, but
Yeah, not a big deal. Oh yeah, you bounced on there.
so this is Choco Island 4.
What happened
What?
there?
Where
How did you get flight back?
I have so many questions about that right now.
That was very strange. So this is more neutral jumps to get to the end section. Here you can kind of slide down the slopes to get more speed than normal running speed, and then use neutral jumps to maintain that.
Everything that happened there was bizarre.
Yeah, that was very odd. I've never seen that before. So we're going to grab a Yoshi at the start of Choco 5. That's going to be useful for some wings in a level in a bit. Yeah, yeah. And you can gain speed on these platforms here. It's not too hard. Yeah, you might just get it at the end, so you have to jump off the end of the platform.
Okay, here's Wendy's castle.
Some tight flying through here. Some cape cancels, and then hopefully... Yeah, nice. So you can cape cancel off that saw blade and skip underneath the crusher. In a small amount of time. Not really much to say about that, really. It's just tight flying.
Yoshi actually pops up.
Alright, coming in on the home stretch, last world.
Yep. We have Sunken Ghost Ship, then Valley of Bowser, and then Bowser.
Yeah.
So Sunken Ghost Ship is the last water level of the run. It does have a little bit of interesting tech to it.
Yeah, this first room's straightforward, but the second room has some boo rings at the end. And by kind of delaying for just the right amount of time, you can despawn the first boo ring. So he's going to run into some ghosts when they spawn, and some boos, I guess, and that's completely intentional.
Yeah, that should be
That looks good. You can tell based on a visual cue a bit further ahead, just like a couple of boos that you can look at where they are in the background, but that looks fine. Yeah, that's easy. Alright, so there's a boo ring that spawns in this like corridor here that he's about to come through, and it's just not there.
Yeah, normally there would be one around where those spikes are. It's one of those things that if you're pointing it out in the speedrun, it's very anticlimactic.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I got it, and nothing happened.
Yeah, it's just there's not a thing here. Wow.
So killing enemies in this room to reduce lag. If you don't kill anything, there's a lot of
Sorry, Mpap, I got the coin.
That's the orb. Alright, so we've unlocked the last world of the game. Some tricky levels in here. This first one's not too hard, and I guess the second one isn't really either, but
No, second exit is definitely not hard. This level, especially with Yoshi, is fairly straightforward.
yeah, you can take some shortcuts if you have Cape and Yoshi, or just Cape, I guess.
Still yet to get a 63 game time into that pipe. But it's possible. So the next exit, Valley of Bowser 2 normal, is just another set of intended Yoshi wings.
Yeah, the last wings we'll see in the run. This first room, there's bats flying up the top, and so the jumps you do need to be kind of done properly, or you'll hit the bats. And then wings we'll be back here later though, and we'll see the second half of the stage. Alright, what strat are we doing here?
No, there's only one.
Oh, nice, nice. Alright, so going for a door fly here. This is scary. Oh my gosh.
I'll put a little bit close to that boo.
That's not easy. And that, nice.
Sexy slide.
Yeah. That was a really well executed ghost house. Those rooms are pretty tricky to do perfectly.
So we'll be coming back for Larry's Castle in a little bit.
Yeah. Normal exit's much less scary. Just fly through this room and then fly through the next room.
Missed the door.
The door that you can't even run past.
Oh, hello. Am I supposed to land on him?
Oh, I missed the door fly.
Doors are not easy.
Alright, so you've got these numbered platforms, and when you land on them, they start moving forward, and so you can use them to kind of boost you forward, save secret exit here is the only exit in the game that you have to have a Yoshi to get. There's no other way. There is a Yoshi in the level, so if he loses it, it's not the end of the world. But
It's just
time
faster
to
to
get it.
keep
Yeah,
this one.
absolutely. It's in that block. And yeah, you can just grab that key through the wall with Yoshi. Yeah, for some reason, if you get a key exit with Yoshi, you can just like spit the key out and duck after you've got the thing. Can't do that if you don't have Yoshi. There's no like controlling Mario after he gets a key. And then yeah, normal exit is essentially the same thing again until the very end.
Yeah, you don't need Yoshi for this exit, but we just keep him around because really it's no slower than getting rid of him.
We'll ditch him at the very end, but alright, Castle 7. This level is hell. Well, the first room is fine, but the second room is horrendous. So the main reason it sucks is that you have to deal with Magic Koopa, who spawns randomly. He stops to scroll the screen at the start there to delay the pencils and Magic Koopa spawn. But from here on, it's essentially random. Oh,
Oh,
that's hard.
that's the last castle of the game. Last Koopaling beaten.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Bowser's is technically a castle, but not the same. It's
Yeah.
not the same.
Yeah, so we've beaten all of the Koopa kids, and now we get to clear out the last couple of exits and then head into Bowser's Castle. So I guess we said earlier that we'd done the last auto-scroller. I guess there's a case to be made that there's an auto-scroller in this level.
Yeah, but at least this one in theory I can save a bit of time on.
Yeah. So there's a clip I'll be going for here. I believe it's a 2-frame window.
Yeah.
It's possible to die if you miss it.
Oh. I'll give it one more shot.
It is, yeah, it's very difficult. There's not really a good visual cue for it either. So it's like a 2-frame window, and you kind of just have to. I'm not going to say guess, but there's not a very clear cue for when to hit the button.
No, I
Okay.
missed it. That wasn't even the
That
trick.
wasn't it. Yeah. Yeah. That's still a cycle skip, I guess.
Yeah,
But yeah, what would have happened is he would have clipped through this yellow, the yellow sandbar, and been able to skip an entire extra cycle. It's a really awful trick to have right at the end of an hour and a half run. Yeah, if you didn't, the big reason we get the Yoshi for this level is that if you didn't have him, you'd have to do that sandbar section twice, which is just not okay.
it's just so long.
Yeah, much faster. Like even if you lose Yoshi, it's way faster to go back from it. And then this level's cool. Another screen scroll at the start, and then
Yeah, that delays those crushes there spawning, which means I can get through safely.
Yeah. And then spin fly through all this section, try and keep his speed. This requires really good control of the cape. There we go. You can keep your speed all the way to the end, but it's very hard. And it doesn't really take much Yeah.
So the thing with Bowser in Super Mario World is he has a front door and a back door, so to speak. So if you enter via the back door, you skip a significant portion of the level.
Yeah. Take the secret back passage. So this room's dark. That's its gimmick.
We call it dark.
Yeah. Name it.
With the code, the Bowser fight is pretty good in that we can
Having a cape doesn't save a huge amount of time over not having a cape, but it makes the fight much more consistent. And I mean, it does save time.
It's a good first
But you can still do one face skip through the cape. Yeah, you keep the magic cape face, which allows us to skip some phases as well. That he throws in the second phase.
staying in this corner, which means Bowser's going to be a consistent spot every time he hits this button. Oh wait, it's phase 2. I thought it was phase 2 again. Which doesn't really make sense.
So one more hit.
Yep, time is when Peach appears. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Considering like the deaths,
Yeah,
like you died to Sandbar and
That was, the sandbar. Oh, the Vinny that was
oh yeah, I
thirsty.
forgot about that. Yeah. No, not a bad time for a marathon.
Yeah, not bad, huh? It beats my last marathon run.
What from PAX?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I think that's station 2 done for
Yeah,
today.
that's that is all we have for this station.
Softy? Yeah, we don't. Do you want to say anything? Yeah.